question and answer. I think I promised you last night. So let's have question and answers until 3.
I think I'll take advantage. I saw 2 hands, so let them out. Sarah?
Yes, I wondered on the talk here. It says about the Kamasugate realm, and there's teaching and listening to about it. Doesn't mention that like in the human realm, does that imply there's no progress? Because you'll miss learning. In the adult care, the 7 states, it'll miss learning, so does that imply there's no progress?
Learning?
Yeah, it says there's learning in the human realm.
Yeah. I think teaching and learning should go together. Learning of Tipitaka there, number 2. So teaching, learning of Tipitaka, preaching and listening to Dhamma, these 4 things are possible in human plane. But in Deva plane, only preaching and listening to sermons are possible. Because the Deva planes are said to be full of sensual pleasures. And so it is very difficult for people who are not strongly committed to the practice of Dhamma, to practice Dhamma once they are in the realm of Deva. So there's so much pleasure there, and so easy to enjoy those pleasures that they will not want to practice Dhamma or practice meditation and so on. That is why, according to our book, when bodhisattvas are reborn in Deva world, they did not live until the end of the lifespan of that particular Deva world. They have what is called self-imposed death or something. It may be called suicide. So, suppose a bodhisattva is born in the realm where he would be living, say, 92 million years, then a bodhisattva will not live 92 million years in that realm, because it is so difficult to practice, to accumulate paramitas there. So he wills that he die before that lifespan and be reborn in the human realm. So human realm is the only place where bodhisattvas can accumulate paramitas. It's like giving, keeping precepts, and renunciation and so on. So in the realms of Deva, it is said here that what? Preaching and listening to sermons is a possible thing, but learning Tipitaka, it is impossible, and teaching also, no one will be teaching Tipitaka there. But preaching and listening to sermons, these 2 are possible. That is why Buddha went to the Tower Dingsa heaven and then taught Abhidhamma to a group of Devas, and also sometimes, from time to time, the Arahants, they went to the Deva realms and then taught to them or preached to them.
What is the... I'm not sure I captured your full question. Sarah, could you repeat that, please?
Well, the question was if there is no teaching in the Deva realm, is there any progress?
So, what do you mean by progress?
Well, progress along the path.
Oh.
Are you kind of stationary, you like it's a happy existence?
So, yes, there is progress.
But it's difficult.
But it's difficult. Right. Now, there is a story of a monk, a meditating monk, who died while he was meditating and was reborn as a Deva. But even though he was reborn as a Deva, he did not know that he had died. So he just went on practicing meditation. Now there were many celestial names waiting for him. So they wanted to say wake him up, but he would not say look at them. So what they did was they put a mirror in front of him and then let him open his eyes, and so he saw himself as a Deva, not as a monk. So he was not happy. So he was displeased. He said, I did not practice meditation for this kind of thing, but now I've become a deva. So he paid no attention to celestial names. So their progress is possible in the realms of devas. Yes.
Now, is the human realm the only realm from which you can be enlightened?
No. Enlightenment is possible in all these realms. The only realm where enlightenment is impossible, these four, and then mindless beings, the realm of mindless beings, and the formless. But the formless is only the first. So after you get the first enlightenment, first stage of enlightenment, then you are reborn there and you can get the other stages of enlightenment. So only the first stage of enlightenment is impossible in these four formless states. But in mindless state, any kind of spiritual progress is impossible because there is no mind at all. And these realms are said to be realms of unhappy destiny, and it is impossible for those who are reborn in these states to get enlightenment or to get jhana. For them, even to get kama vajra kusala is very difficult because they are always in suffering. And you look at the animal world and you see one animal killing another animal, and so there is very little chance of them to get kusala. Then you may want to ask, why can they be reborn as human beings again? Because they have store of kusala and akusala, which they did in the past. And some kusala get chance to give results, and then give results, and so they can be reborn again in the human realms and other realms. But those who are reborn in these have no chance of getting jhanas and getting enlightenment. But in other realms, the enlightenment is possible.
Is there anything special about the human realm? Somewhere I heard that the human birth is very difficult and it's more advantageous.
Yeah. So that is because, as I said, the devas world are full of sensual pleasures, and so there is not much chance to acquire kusala there. You always want to enjoy pleasures there, and so you don't have much chance. But in the human world, it's your choice to acquire kusala or akusala. And human beings are said to be the best of beings in that only human beings can become Buddha. And only human beings can become Buddha. And the human beings can also go to the lowest of hell.
It is said here that each one of these the rooms of form is predominated by lust, hate, and delusion on the life. So how does that apply that these are people of higher evolution?
You drag me into explaining how the world ends. So you read the world destroyed by fire up till this level and so on, right? I deliberately skipped that. But now I have to explain. Now, this 31 planes of existence belongs to the realm of anicca, impermanence, right? These planes are also impermanent. So one day they have to come to an end. So the end of the world will come one day. Not very soon. Don't worry about that. So now, when the world ends, the world is sometimes destroyed by fire, sometimes by what? Water, sometimes by wind. So when the world is to be destroyed by fire, then first there will come deities telling people that the world is going to end 100,000 years from now, and so you be not heedless and so on. So people got frightened, and then people practice meditation, Dhamma, and so all people get jhanas and they are reborn in Brahma world. When there are no more beings in the world, then first the second sun will come up. So when the second sun comes up, there will be no night, always day and very hot, right? And then the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh. So when the seventh sun comes up, this world will be smoke. Say everything burnt to say nothing, to ashes. It will go on in that condition for say many years. And then after many years, the world will be reformed. So there will be a great rain and all these things, and then the earth will appear and so on. So the world destroyed sometimes by fire, sometimes by water. In that case, something like acid rain. So they will fall and then destroy everything. And sometimes by wind, the very strong wind, so everything will hit against each other and then reduce to what you call particles of powder. So it is said that when the world is destroyed by fire, it means that during that war, the beings have lust as a predominant factor in their mind. Not only the Brahma beings, but all beings, human beings and all below. So when it is destroyed by water, it means that hate or anger predominates in the minds of all beings. And when it is destroyed by wind, it is the predominant factor is ignorance, delusion, moha. So the world is sometimes destroyed by fire, sometimes by water, and sometimes by wind. But there is very fixed sequence in the destruction of the world, and that is shown on the left in a vertical grid. Now it is said that for 7 times the world is destroyed by fire, and then at the 8th time it is destroyed by water, and then from 9th to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15, it will be destroyed by fire again, and then by water once, and then by fire 7 times, by water once, and so on, until it reaches 64th time. So when it reaches the 64th time, it will be destroyed by wind. So that is the fixed sequence of destruction of the world. So it will not be easily intelligible. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
Yeah.
So now here the first round by fire, but the 8th time by water, and then second round by fire, by water, and so on and so on. But when it reaches the 64th, by wind. So this is this is what is explained in our books as the sequence of the destruction of the world.
Who determines all
No.
these?
Nobody determines.
How is it determined? How is it determined?
There were people who could remember past events by a special kind of supernormal power, and it was they who stated that the world is destroyed by sometimes by fire and so on. Now, one thing I want to remind you. Now, after looking at this chart, do not think that this realm is smaller than this realm. This realm is smaller than this realm. But it is just to show you in some detail the different realms, because the celestial realms extend all over the space to the end of the wall cycle, to the end of the surrounding wall cycle mountains. So they are all across, not just like this, because here the Brahma world becomes smaller, right? So do not take it literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who first described this process? Was it the Buddha or was it people?
Some of them were described by the Buddha. But the many details are filled by the commentaries and also sub-commentaries. That means, later than the Buddha. But the realms are described by Buddha in some of these discourses and also in Abhidhamma, the all 31 realms. But the details as to how long they live, and then where they are located and so on, and how beautiful, how pleasurable the celestial realm is and something like that. So they are filled in by the commentators, especially with regard to physical world. Most of them are supplied by commentaries and sub-commentaries. So maybe it reflects the knowledge of geography of their time, and it's different from what geography is today. Now, they said that there are 4 great continents, right? And there is Mount Meru in the middle. And it is said that the sun and moon go around the mountain at the half height of Mount Meru. And it is said that when 3 continents are light, 1 continent is dark. It is what they said. Because it is covered by Mount Meru. The 3 are covered by Mount Meru. So if we follow that, and if we take India to be the southern continent, then America seems to be the northern continent. Now the northern continent is supposed to be a special place. The people there, they don't have to plow, they don't have to cook, something like that. And I think it's a little true now. You let the machines do for you. So that's why some people say, "Oh, America is not northern continent," and people in northern continent are good and they keep precepts. Maybe it was true before, about 50 until about 50 or 60 years ago. Maybe America has changed greatly during these decades, right? So 50 years ago, America was very different. Because they developed too fast, and then the communications now it is very easy, so things go faster than they did in the past. So these statements about the physical world we may or we may not believe, but whether you believe them or not, that doesn't matter when you practice meditation. I was born in Mandalay, born in a city, and so I did not have a formal monastery education, because as soon as I can go to school, I was sent to an English school where English and modern subjects are taught, and the school happened to be just across the street from my house, so I didn't get any chance to play truant, even for once. to run out of the school and go somewhere else. Sometimes people do, right? You skip one class or something like that. I dare not do that because my house was just across the street. Now, so what people learn first stays with them, right? They hold on to it. So I was taught modern geography and other things first, and then only at 16 I became a monk. I became a novice, and I studied the Buddha's teachings and all these commentaries. So there's something like a conflict in me. I want to believe what is said in the commentaries, but my knowledge of modern geography and others persists. So what I do is I just keep it open. I don't decide this must be true or this must be wrong, but I just let it be, because it doesn't matter whether I believe them or not, so long as I practice. So that is my attitude towards these things, because it's very difficult to believe what they said. Now, it is said that inhabitants of northern continents have round faces, so like the disk of the moon or sun. And those of, I'm not quite sure, west or east, have the face like a half moon. Can you imagine? So people with faces like half moon? But it's lucky that it is said that people who live in the southern continent have faces like the what do you call it, front part of a cup. That means like this, like our faces. They slope down here, right? It goes up. Yeah. So it's difficult to believe this, especially those who belong to northern continents or western continents. And it is explained there that if 4 people meet together, they die because they laugh at each other. But I told you about this because the 31 realms are, we find them in the teachings of the Buddha, and so we may safely say that they are authentic or they are correct. But with regard to physical features of the world, we may or may not believe them. But there is one thing which I keep in mind is just leave it open, because sometimes we cling to modern teachings as much as we cling to the teachings of old. Sometimes what seems to be modern teaching or scientific teachings become non-scientific at some time later. Right? Now, for example, the atom. Now, the atom is supposed to be the smallest particle of matter, and it is indestructible, and it has substance. And that was science for many years. Right? Then nuclear science came into being. And now we know that atom is just a combination of energy, right? Electrical charges. So there is no substance. And atom is not the smallest material particle. There are subatoms. There are smaller particles combining to form an atom. So what we thought to be science, say about 100 years ago, comes to be, what do you call that, disproved. So at the present moment, science is a truth, but the next moment it may not be truth. So science is relative truth. So we should just keep ourselves open. But Buddha's teachings we cannot change. Whether we like them or not, whether they are correct or not, we cannot change. And we have no right to change either. What the Buddha taught is what the Buddha taught, and we have no right to say, oh, this is, it goes against science, so let us change this to conform with science, or let us make a change there, or something like that. We have no right to do that, so long as we are presenting it as the teaching of the Buddha. So if we change his teachings, then they are no longer his teachings, or his teachings, say, changed or modified by us. So I just keep it open because they are not important in actual practice. Who knew only 2 English phrases? One is 5 minutes more, and the other is time is up. and he used to supervise at the examination at English school. So when it was 5 minutes to the end of the period, he said 5 minutes more, and then when it was time, he said time is up, and then he collect all the answers. No, now I'm going to follow him. Time is up.
5 minutes more.
No, 8 minutes past.
You have 1 time, 5 minutes more before the time.
No, time is up now. Okay, thank you. to share merits. Now first they will do it in Vietnamese. So I want other people, especially my people, Burmese people, to know that these people know how to share merits themselves. They don't have to be taught by the monk. But in our community we have to teach them what to say when they share merits, like I did a few moments ago here, right? So these people know how to share merits themselves. So please share merits in Vietnamese. I will do it in English. So as I said, please be reminded of these 31 planes of existence and beings in these planes. So please repeat after me. May all beings share this merit.
May all beings share this merit,
which we have thus acquired,
which we have just acquired,
for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness.
for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness.
May beings inhabiting space and earth,
May beings inhabiting space and earth,
deities and others of mighty power,
deities and others of mighty powers,
share this merit of ours.
share this merit of ours.
May they long protect the teachings.
May they long protect the teachings.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Can we have some time to say something to you?
No, you time it up. His turn.
His time? Yeah, okay.
I ask your permission for me to represent all of you to say something to express our gratitude to our beloved teacher. You had no objection. Dear Bante, it's been a year since we came here last year, and it was faster than we thought last year. So it's very fast, and time passed very quickly. And this weekend we came here again, as for our request you to allow us to come here around this time to practice meditation. But our intention is to practice meditation here on your birthday, because we think that nothing we can show our gratitude more than we try our best to show you that we follow the Buddha teachings through your guidance. So that's why, that's the volition, that's the intention. So we came here, and it was rain, I think, hard outside, but we feel so warm in here, because we feel so warm because your compassion heart and the atmosphere of the monastery and the hospitality of the monks and people in this monastery. So we feel warmer than last year, not because your compassion or the hospitality of the monastery is less last year than this year, but we feel at home the second time than the first time. And I believe we made some progress in our practice. That's why we feel warmer here this year. What I try to say is we made some progress. So we are not bad students at all. So that's what I intend to say. And as I say, nothing to express our gratitude more than the practice. It's in your birthday, and we still have attachment. We haven't been eliminating them altogether yet. So we still thought about birthday card and present. So we all sign this card. If I miss some of you, I ask your forgiveness, because it's hard to announce to all of you in the meditation retreat. So we have our card. And on behalf of all of us here, we would like to give you.
You already gave me a card? Is it a different card?
Yeah,
On Friday you gave me one card. This is different? Oh.
Different people.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. When special people touch our lives, a birthday message. When special people touch our lives, then suddenly we see how beautiful and wonderful our world can really be. They show us that our special hopes and dreams can take us far by helping us look inward and believe in who we are. They bless us with our love and joy through everything they give. When special people touch our lives, they teach us how to live. Amanda Bradley. You're a special kind of person. Should I read it?
Yes.
Okay. You're a special kind of person who can brighten any minute because of all the thoughtfulness and kindness you put in it. You are a special kind of person who adds so much joy to living. That's why you are loved so much for all the joy you are always giving. Happy birthday. So thank you very much for choosing this card. And I'm very flattered by the writing here, you're a special kind of person and so on. And I will try my best to deserve what you think I am. And I think I have done something to enhance your happiness and to make you understand the teachings of the Buddha and to get happiness out of the practice of meditation. And there are many students, I may not be able to read all the names here, so please forgive me if I don't read all of them. Now, how old was I last year? 62?
Yeah.
Thank you. So if that is the case, 17? 49. So if I was 62 last year, then I am 63 now. So I was born in 1927. So I am 63 years old now. And many people, younger people, will not know how it is to be old. You are still young and you don't know how it is to be old. But I'm already old and I know how it is to be old. So when you get old, your body doesn't obey your commands. Sometimes you want to put your foot here and then you put in another place. Sometimes you think you can go clear of something and then you hit against this thing. And sometimes I throw, say, a ball of paper into the wastebasket and then I missed it. So these sorts of things happen when you get old. You may not believe it, but if you get old, you will be the same. So old age is not a good thing to have, but since we have been born, say, as a human beings, we will get old and old and old, and you are also getting older day by day. And so when you get to 60, at least that is a time you should think of yourself and doing whatever is good for your own spiritual welfare. But I'm very glad that you don't wait to be 60. So many people are young here. I don't think there are many. There are people who are older than I am. Maybe 2 or 3 people in this audience. So I'm very glad that I am instrumental, say, in disseminating the teachings of the Buddha to all of you. And I found you to be very worthy receptacles of the Dhamma. Say, you come to me for the gift of Dhamma, and say I give the gift of Dhamma as best I can, and you accept this Dhamma with all seriousness. So I'm very glad that I was able to be with you and to share my knowledge and the experience of Dhamma with you. And I hope you will continue in the future to be better students and ultimately, say, to attain what you aim at or what you strive for. So thank you very much for birthday greetings too, although it is not so usual that I receive birthday cards. So this is another card, right?
No, but I want to find out.
That's another one from another meditator.
Oh, it's from Maureen. Are you still here? Maureen?
She's gone.
Oh, she's left. May the peace and enjoyment you find in each day make this year a good one in just every way. Okay.
I have a word about you being older. Many people say that they're too old to sit, to meditate. But it seems like you're the few exceptions who sit longer than some people, younger.
So when you've been doing this for years, it's no wonder, right? Yeah.
I think we become more attached than last year. Last year we only had the card, and this year in addition to the card we had the present. So I think we are more attached, but this is tolerable, I think. Attached to you is, in my opinion, I don't know how about you all, but for me it's fine. So we thought about a present for you this year, and I can say it not without difficulty we get this one. So we got this one, and this is from all the contribution of all us here to make this possible. From the I think we are Moha International group here, so we all of us contributed this one, and I'm glad that we did that. And I have more words after you open. So please give me some minutes after you open and you say something, whatever, then I say.
Good. Thank you. You have already given me gifts. These robes are given. Friday night. Yeah. And then I got how many robes? There was one set of robes in my camp, and another from Malaysia. So can I open it?
Yes, please.
We don't know what it is yet. You say that. Okay.
Oh. Sony Walkman. I'm always fascinated by these electronic things. Just yesterday, I got a clock which shows the calendar, a month in full, time, year, and month. I'll show you that. So this is tape player.
No,
Recording.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Very small.
Yeah, very light.
There's a button. Can you check?
This? Oh.
I think it's complex.
No.
I don't know how to operate.
It was like
Instructions.
instruction book.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
say a few about the
Yes.
teaching?
You said
But-
one is open.
Yeah. First of all, when he says it's very good, I'm so happy because I and the son, two of us discussed, so we came out with this one because I was told last month's retreat, he said that in America, the monk has to do almost everything, including recording the Dhamma talk with the tape. And we got the idea to buy a new cassette recorder for him. And when Sean went to the store, we discussed about what kind of recorder we want to buy. And he asked the store, and this is what they say. They say this one is those who want to go into the concert and want to record it without permission. From afar, from afar at the end of the home they can record.
Oh, so sensitive.
Yes, very sensitive.
Oh.
And so we chose that one. But with that, not with that intention. Intention is sometimes we are in the end we ask a question, and we hope that the question can be recorded.
Yeah.
That's why we select the complex one.
Very good.
And
It is a radio too. Radio, yeah. So they can put many things in a small thing, right? Radio, tape recorder, playing also. 10 minutes quick recharging system. Oh, there's a battery. No, it is
Recharger.
recharger?
You had to read the instructions.
Yeah, yes. Many people are impatient to read instructions, but you should read instructions to understand. Okay, now I'll show you the watch.
thanks to all of you for coming here on this special occasion to practice meditation. And thank you everybody for whatever way I can say that. And we would like to see you more often, especially next year. We come here again and to celebrate Bante birthday in the same atmosphere. Thank you very much. How about we pay homage to him now?